gosh, closing time. I never thought about that, but this is a talk about closing time. I love that. All right. How are we doing? Awesome. All right. So some of you have been selling Cutco in here for a while. Who's been selling Cutco for a year and a half or less? Or let's say 2 years and less. Okay, great. Some of the room. Who's been selling Cutco for 2.5 to 5 years? Cool. And who's been selling Cutco over 5 years? Great. Oh my gosh, amazing. All right, so whether you guys have been selling Cutco for just some months, a year, or 10 years or more, I'm really glad you're here. This is my first time at NET. I'm very excited. It's therefore my first talk at NET. And you guys are going to be taking in a lot of information. I'm sure a lot of you are already kind of overwhelmed with everything you've been hearing. There's a lot of great stuff. I've already taken a ton of notes. So I would encourage you. I've been to a lot of conferences, and I know a lot of us have. And one of the best things I ever got as a tip was Sybil Stipp said something once. She said, star the top few things you gain from all these talks, because there's a lot to take in. Star them or highlight them, and then on the plane ride home or the car ride home, review it then, because that will resonate so much more with you guys. Otherwise, it's just like a nebulous, a lot of information. I'll try to apply everything, and then we all our approach to the booth is 20 minutes long, and the customer's like, I'm so bored right now. So let's just my little tip for you guys. It's all about implementation, okay? So you guys can learn all you want. It's great to be here, but if you're not applying what you've learned, I don't care what you've learned. You guys need to apply what you're taking in here. Yes or yes? Good. All right. By the way, just side note, and Dave Bush, I'm sorry to bring this up, but my mind is stuck on it since you made the announcement. There's so many cool things happening. I love the Silver Cup group that's coming about and all these things. And one thing my mind just keeps going to is this new, it's my booth in a box. Did anyone catch that? Booth in a box. Still there. I really want to look at that box. Booth in a box. All right, you guys, this is now how this talk is going to go. All right. Make an impact. I did. See? I'm done. All right. So anyway, yeah. So as you guys can tell, I like to have fun. And a lot of my customers know this about me, whether you want to call it immaturity or what you want to call it. I don't really care what you think. I just like to have fun. So, that's what we're here to do is fun at the booth when people are having fun and laughing. Sometimes a customer will be laughing with another rep, and I'm like, who's having more fun than someone over here? Because they're usually buying and credit cards are flying out and hitting people in the face. Oh, I got a credit card and thrown at me this year at the LA County Fair. But it wasn't my customer, it was someone else's customer having way too much fun, yet I get slapped in the face with a credit card. So it's great. What are we talking about? Okay, so basically we're going to talk about closing past customers. And, I was thinking about what Brandon was saying, and a lot of what I'm about to teach you guys is preparation to selling to past customers. I think that Curtis has talked about it too, selling to past customers, you guys, is super easy to do because why? They're already fans of Cutco. They're there again because they own something and want more of it. They wouldn't be over by your booth if they didn't like what you were already doing. So there's two types of those people. There's your regulars, the people that come to the booth each time, every year. We love those people. And then there's also ones who haven't bought Cutco in a long time. Either you just haven't seen them in a while, or they just, moved and didn't have a rep in that area, whatever it is. The good news is both of those people are Cutco fans. And I love that when people walk by and they have that look in their eye, and I always call them out, and I always say, it looks like you're familiar with these things. And they're like, oh, yeah, I love it. And I say, yeah, I see that twinkle in your eye. I know what that look is. So backing up here for a second, there are two common mistakes that prevent Cutco reps from closing customers. And before I tell you what those things are, I thought this was interesting. I think most of us at this point in fair and shows know what to do, but it's what we don't know or what we're unaware of that hurts our CPO. Okay, so a lot of us know things, but what you don't know is preventing you from gaining more CPO, yes, right? So the two common mistakes I think that reps make with closing a customer is beforehand they don't market to them, and number two, they're so comfortable with the order that they don't decide to upsell or upserve. We've all done it. Oh, I'll see them at the next event. I was going to talk to them about the flower. Oh, shoot. Oh, well, I'll see them next one. Like, you guys, if someone's walking away, be like, hey, by the way, can I tell you one more thing? Like, what do you have to lose? I mean, don't get complacent. I know these people are easy to sell sometimes because they're big fans. That's great. Use that to your advantage. So the way I rose to one of the top average, we track our stats every day, our best shift average. The way I rose to one of the best shift averages at the LA Fair is I did 3 things. I rarely let anyone walk away. I chose to upsell on every order. And number 3, and I did have the number 1 position in the LA Fair team on this, I have the highest percentage of postcard business than anyone else that I'm aware of. So postcard business, when you guys are doing an event, you send out postcards, I'm going to be at this event. And then you bring the customer brings their postcard over, like, oh, hey, is so-and-so here? Your picture's on it. You guys, DP's marketing team handles all that. Please go see them. Yes, and that's who I use, in case you're wondering. I'm not going to change. Why would I change? It works. I like it. All right, so those 3 things. And the walking away thing and the upselling every order, I learned that from Brandon. He was very instrumental in helping us with that this year. But you guys, like, if you're not marketing to people and telling them to come see you, that's just missing out on CPO. And yeah, you spend some money to do it, but you make way more by doing it. Plus, it's great because your picture's on it. So it's great because sometimes you don't know, like, who's your person, you know? And if you see the photo, then you can direct them easily to the right rep, which is great. So anyway, those 3 things are so important. And again, there's scripts and things like that of how to do that, but a lot of you guys should know those things. So don't let anyone walk, upsell on every order, and make sure you market your people. And let's just put this in perspective for a second. What if, you guys think about your 2017, or even just think of the last year you just had. Think of a 12-month period. What if you let one more person walk away? Or you got an order, it was great. Let's say it was like a $2,000 order. We all like those. But you still didn't upsell them. Or you simply got too busy and forgot to email your customers to promote an event. Do you guys realize that could be the reason you get beaten out by a colleague for push and you have to sniff a trophy? Or, that's what we do in the West. I don't know if that's a thing other places, but we sniff things. Trophies, not code. Or you come in number 2 in a campaign because you didn't upsell somebody. Number 2. Or the worst thing that you could probably feel, you lost a silver cup by $200. Thank God I haven't dealt with really any of these. I sniffed a trophy once. I never did it again. It was totally embarrassing. If I sniff things, I'd like to do it in my own spare time. Thank you. Things just come out. Don't read into it too much. This is great. Dave's like, why did I ask her to speak? All right, awesome. All right, so stats never lie. Just keep selling, and you can stand up here too. Okay, so anyway, so you guys look at all those things. You guys see how just one little hiccup or oops, it's fine. Like I saw, it's a $1,000 order. I don't care. Like, so why isn't it a $2,000 order then? Slacker, you know? So we all have the same time in the day. Utilize the resources in front of you. If the customer is already there, use them. Ask from them to upsell them over and over again, upserve over and over again until they say, no, stop showing me things. That's when you stop showing them. Until then, it's yes, yes, and yes. So speaking of emails and marketing, this is what I do. Now, I'm not saying what I do is how everyone should do it. Everyone does their own thing, and that's how I've gotten to where I am, is a lot of you in the room, like Kareem, Curtis, Brandon, like these, top-notch people, Jason, a lot of these people have done great things. Danny Perez, I've just utilized everything that's around me and used it and made my own workable system with it. So what I do is I do not inundate my people with emails. Some of you know I'm not a great email person. So I don't want to email a lot of people because I wouldn't want a lot of emails. That's just how I am. So I tend to do only 1 to 2 emails, or I send an email once every other month is usually how often I send an email, except for Christmas time. And it's usually a value email, and then another one would be a sale email. Okay, and you guys know in the last year and a half, I've gotten really big on doing videos. You guys, your customers want to see you, even if it's just nerdy. Like when I won the silver cup, I told everyone I'd make an announcement that once I won, I would tell them. And I made a video, and spur of the moment in the video, I started playing this rap song in the background and dancing to it for 20 seconds. And it was super awkward and really weird. And after I was done dancing, I said, that was free for you. Anyway, and then I run the cup and blah, blah, blah. And I just started going off on something else. And the responses I got were great. One guy said, oh my gosh, you're such a dork, but I'm so excited for you. This is amazing. And that, for me, that is great because then it stays in their mind. I'm their fun knife girl. This is just who I am. So don't be afraid to show your true self in your videos. People love that. Also, by raise of hands, who has a rep portal? Okay, great. Now this is a very important question. Put your hands up if you send a rep portal email 2 or more times a year. Ow. Oh, it's painful. All right, so this is the thing I don't get. I love Vast Action. I use Vast Action. However, the rep portal system, you guys, is so easy, and it blows my mind that people don't use it. I am not a tech person, and if I can figure it out, a monkey can do it too, and so can anyone in this room. People respond different to different visual things, right? Some people like shiny stuff. Some people like this kind of button, whatever works. The rep portal, at the bottom, it has this beautiful button that says Shop Now. So at one point, I checked with Chuck Laborde. I had one of the highest clicks in the entire company for my rep portal website. I didn't do anything crazy special. I just sent some emails. And you guys, it's so easy because it's a direct link to your website. It's visually beautiful. And what I like about it is it changes it up some from a Vast Action look to a Cutco look from them. So everyone has something different that they communicate with. And that way I know I'm reaching all customers, not just ones I put in Vast Action, which I might have accidentally typed wrong. You see? And I know we're working out some streamlines to help merge those two things. But you guys, if you are not doing something through your rep portal and sending an email, oh my gosh, you're probably missing out on thousands of dollars. I'm just letting you know. One of the biggest mistakes that I think CSPs especially make is that. So that would be a little tip there for you. So almost lastly, is this working well? Gotta love it. All right. So the ways I do market events is I tell them on my service calls. Okay, so all of you guys know this stuff. I email them, and I also send postcards. When I did field train with Josh in 2012, one thing I learned from him is he's really good about sending out postcards. And I was only sending 1 or 2 a year, one at Christmas and one for another time. And that was it. So now I send a spring mailer, a summer one, actually 3 in the summer, but different people for fairs that are coming up. And I send a holiday postcard in November. So technically I send out 5 postcards a year now. They're not to everybody every time, but you get the idea. Okay. So I know you guys are going to have some questions, so I'm going to wrap this up here pretty soon. But at the booth, you guys, there's just a couple quick things here. Make sure that if Mrs. Jones and Mr. Jones are coming over, that you engage both of them. Okay, we've all had one person walk away, and then we realize, oh, shoot, that's the person with the credit card. Great. So glad I wasted a 30-minute, half hour with you. So fun. So make sure you guys engage both of them at all time and know right away who does more of the cooking and who's in charge. Okay. Also, there are some scripts, but what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to just let you guys know that, I don't think we have, what do we have here? 5? 10? Okay, cool. I'm going to just touch on Curtis JQ says some of the best scripts I've ever used. And I think one of the best things is when a customer already owns Cutco, you guys want to engage them, right? They're already excited. So basically, when they come over to you, you want to find out what they have, how they like it, high-five them. Oh, if you've had yours 10 years, that's amazing. That's great. But one thing we started going over this year at the LA Fair, and this is, I think, why our growth was so high, is, hey, Mrs. Jones, we got 2 main specials just for customers like you that are Cutco owners. Do you want me to tell you about them? And that's the thing, you guys. The person that's asking questions is always the one in control. Remember that. The person who's asking questions is always in control. All right? So they usually say yes. Yeah, what are your specials? There's a couple of things we have going on. One is a 5-piece companion set that we've never had before. It's not online or anywhere else. It has pieces that complement the items you currently own, but don't duplicate anything you already have. It's highly discounted. And we also have an upgrade special where you keep the knives you currently have and upgrade to the ideal block set of your choice. So, and I can go over that with you guys later too, but it's basically 5-piece special or upgrade special. Would you be more apt to see the 5-piece special, or would you be more looking at like maybe a set upgrade? And you guys, just so you know, I used to be kind of uncomfortable with this script. I was like, oh, it's so easy to sell pieces to past customers. Like, no one's going to want an upgraded set. That sounds scary to them. What? So what's funny is like 70% of the time I've said this script, 70% of the time, guess what people answer with? Upgrade my set. Oh, okay. Let me show you. So you guys, you'd be surprised what people are thinking with. And again, it's all how you present it, and the better you know the script, the better it is. So we have a saying at the LA Fair and with LA and Southland divisions that when you get the credit card, that equals game on. That is where the fun actually starts. So it's not just about getting the order, okay? That just means you're just beginning. So it's a matter of adding on from that point. A mistake I used to make is, actually before I say it, what would happen to you guys? Who's done a demo in the room? Who's done a demo in the house, in the room? We all have, yes. So imagine walking into the demo and being like, Mrs. Jones, what's your knife situation like? What do you think they're going to say? Oh, they're fine. They work. Pfft, my booty. So that's not the case, is it, right? They're usually Gatto knives. So why would you say that about flatware or kitchen tools or things like that? Like, I used to say, hey, what's your flatware situation like at home? Like, who really has a big problem with a fork? That's kind of hard to have a problem with a fork. So I was kicking myself in the foot or in the mouth doing it too. So anyway, have you seen our flatware? Have you seen our kitchen tools? Have you seen our cookware? That is the proper way to ask the question. If you want to start adding on and upselling and upserving, you need to ask questions, have you seen? And then show them, blow their mind that the table knife, the stainless table knife cuts leather. Mrs. Jones, what other nice flatware, in a chest sets can you buy where the knife cuts? Oh, that's right, because they don't make them. Oh, and they're not made in America either? Weird. So, blow their mind, like Brandon was saying. You got to blow their mind, and then they're interested. It hooks them in. And the easy add-ons that I talk about are flatware, accessories, cookware, and of course, we all love it, the kids' discounts and the kids' sets. Mrs. Jones, are you empty nesters? Oh, you are? Oh, I bet your kids miss your knives. Oh, yeah, she always tries to steal it. Wouldn't it be nice if she had her own? Yeah. You know, like dig in the pain to talk about how it sucks when the kids steal the knives. All right? And you guys think about it. If you just added $100 to every order, you know, sometimes we upsell like $600. Sometimes we upsell $50, right? Let's just say on average you averaged $100 extra every order. That's 10 orders a week, or 10, you know, extra $100 per order at a fair shift maybe. It's an extra $1,000 per week, or an extra $1,000 per shift, depending. So think about adding an extra $52,000 to your year goal just because you're upselling or upserving. And if you average up to $200 per upserve, that's an extra $100,000 onto your 2017 goal. All because you asked a question. I think we all need to ask more questions. Yes. Okay. So one last little tip here. Now that I've been married and like to buy fun things in Los Angeles and have a husband that likes really nice stuff, usually it's the other way around. I walk in the kitchen, he's like, "Excuse me, get out. This is my kitchen. What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, babe. I'm just trying to fill up my water bottle." And he's like, "I'm meal prepping. Come on." So we go to Costco and we do fun things like that. And I will tell you with hands down certainty, if you ask a customer, 80%, by the way, 80% of all your customers that come over to the booth shop at Sam's Club or Costco. They mostly all do. They usually have families. They do all this. If they're giving you a hard time about a $350 payment for their set or flatware, because by the way, my flatware is not $13.39, it's $15.95 on sale. Otherwise, you have nothing to drop down to. You charge yourself $100. Dumb. $15.95. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Yes, do not. Anyway, the side note, other questions, but that payment is $350 a month for the flatware. If they're like, "Oh, I can't afford it." I'm like, "Look at your freaking ring." Yes, you can afford it. I'm like, "Oh, Mrs. Jones, by the way, do you shop at Costco?" Like the best is the husband's like, "Oh, all the time." And she's like, "Shh, not that often, like once a week, you know, like." And so I'm like, "Okay." So, and I'll write it on the quote pad. "So you've spent $350 there before, right?" She's like, "Oh yeah." And then the husband like, "Yeah, if not 500, you know, like, I love when the husband jumps in and says these things. I'm like, "You're just feeding the fire. It's perfect. You're on my team." And I'm like, "Okay, so Mrs. Jones, so with that $350 you spent at Costco, how long do those things last? A week? Maybe 2? And let's be honest, we all need toilet paper. I would be concerned if you did not buy toilet paper. But this is the same price. And how long is this going to last you? A year? 5 years? 20 years? Oh, and then it's going to last your kids the rest of their lives, and their kids the rest of their lives. All for the same money you're already spending at Costco last week." Do you get it, Mrs. Jones? Curtis, we all know you're going to spend $100 today on useless stuff like parking and beer. If you haven't already today. So wouldn't it make sense to just do this once and have knives you get to appreciate the rest of your life, or flatware you never have to buy again? You're done. All right, so there's some other tidbits here, but I'm going to take way too much time. So what I'm going to do, you guys, bottom line, have fun with what you're doing at the booth. And you know what? Be yourselves. Market to your customers. Don't let people walk away. Upsell, upserve, and kill it in 2017 at the booth.
Closing time.